Alright, ready? And this is going to turn the 200C into 400. Ready? Go! Or not. Okay, round 2. Now it's just with a patient. I mean, it's only 42C, but at least that one works. Can we flip-flop that? Get my 400C instead of my 40C? And now we turn the 2 cards into 4. Did it work? Oh. Fuck you. Yo, what is up? So Joker here. I wanted to go ahead and make another video on the Glennach Nemesis. And I kind of min-maxed it a little bit more. I went ahead and spent a little more than 12x on maps and stuff, on Sextants and Scarabs. So I used Rusted Scarabs just because I used majority of my money towards this little project on the Sextants. Elevated Sextants are kind of expensive. So what I have is Gloom Shrines, and then I have Nemesis creatures drop 4 basic currencies. I have a Legion encounter, and I have Beyond, right? So it has Beyond there, it has Beyond here, and then it has Beyond on some of these maps. Oh, I guess it only hit 2 of them, but there's Beyond on these too. So I feel like those maps are probably going to give me a lot of profit there. Just because, I mean, what is that, like triple Beyond? So what is that, like a 26% chance plus way more bosses and stuff? And rare Beyond demons have a 25% chance to drop additional currency. So pretty much every 4th Beyond demon is going to drop 5 currencies. And if I get the survival ultimatums, then that pretty much guarantees I get at least an Exalt. And in these 16 maps, it cost me 12x. I think I got really lucky on rolling the Nemesis, but it cost me 12x to go ahead and buy those. So without further ado, let's hop into the maps and see how I went over everything, right? High value targets, Monumental, Scent of Blood, Torn Veil, Peer Demon, and then it's 16 Beyond maps that have a Legion Scarab, an Elder Scarab, and a Harpy Scarab. So at the very least, each one of these maps is going to have 2 Legions at the very least. So there's going to be a lot of mobs in this, and hopefully a lot of currency. But yeah, let's hop into the maps. Well, that's sad. 2 maps down, and we only got one raw X drop. If I pull over Excellence, let's see what I should really change that title, but let's see what Excellence says. Only 551C in 2 maps? Really? Only 3x in 2 maps? I mean, I guess. And we are effectively halfway done. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maps left. This is our loot tab so far. I feel like either last run I got super lucky, or this time I'm getting super unlucky because I only got 3 pure X drops in 8 maps. If I pull up Excellence and I go to the price check, in 8 maps I've made 1,737C. So hey Google, what's 1,737 divided by 8? 1,737 divided by 8. 217,125. So it still says I'm making roughly 200C a map, which is very interesting, right? So it's saying that on average I'm making what was I saying? On average, I'm making pretty much that 1x a map. I mean, 1x every... Yeah, no, that's saying I'm making 200C every map. Holy shit. So what would that be at? I mean, technically 1700 C is 10x, but you have to take into consideration it took 12x for the sextants I bought. So, I mean, technically, I've almost made my money back. I have no idea where the money in this is coming from. I'm going to have to take a look at the excellence because I'm not really sure where it's saying all this money's coming from. 1700 C worth of it, but I'm gonna double check and make sure that everything looked good and continue to run the maps. And we are done. We finished the 16 maps, and this is going to be our tab. Maps gone. I really should have retitled it, but whatever. This is what we got, and I'm kind of sad. I feel like I got super unlucky in this set. The last video didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. That's why the intro says second video, but I didn't put it out. But essentially, TLDR, last video, I got 10 raw X and 16 maps. And this video, I only got 4. And these maps were more juiced. So I'm kind of feeling like I just got lucky on the last time, or I got unlucky this time, right? Just because of the fact that I got 4x and 16 maps when I got 10 raw X in the last maps. But altogether, I wouldn't say it's terrible. Altogether, in the 2 videos, I spent 15x for the sextants, right? I have 8 sextants left, and they are pretty much 3 to 1. So it's in this set, I believe this was only 12x, and I have pretty much 3x left. So it was 9x for the initial buy-in for these maps, and I ended up making, if I go to excellence, well, that's the wrong thing. Ignore that. Right here. So, hey Google, what's 3,369 divided by 150? Alright, so initially it cost me about 9-10x to go into the maps, and I made 22, so I made 13x a profit. Honestly, I felt like I got unlucky though, so you probably could make a lot more. Or hey, maybe you should just roll the the elevated Sextant, Nemesis, and Valdos because of the King Harbinger. Might test that. But yeah, I mean, altogether, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as great. Granted, this is only 16 maps. So, hey Google, what's 3,369 divided by 16? So I stayed on track throughout the entire video of making the 200 plus chaos per map. So, I mean, that's not that bad when you really think about it. Granted, the sextants are 3 to 1, and since I did use, I believe, 12 sextants. No, how many sextants did I use to roll this? Hold up, give me a second. I think I did roll 12. No. Give me one moment. Alright, so it was 1,056 chaos essentially for the buy-in because I did the math and I looked back and I used 32 sextants would be the 12x. So I used 32 sextants and I have 8 left. So I bought 40 and I have 8 left, so 32. And so it was 1,000. So I made 2,300 chaos in profit. So essentially, yeah, like 18x or something of pure profit. And I mean, that's not that bad. The maps are great for EXP. Like, I died a couple of times and I still went from like no EXP in 93 to 94, 15% in 94. So the maps are really, really good. I'm super squishy, so that's why I died a few times. But the maps are really, really good for EXP. That's a benefit of like the triple, the double, triple beyond that it was proccing with not only the Watchstones but the Torn Veil and then with the Sextant modifier and it being on the map. So the fact that those would sometimes hit like double or triple beyond, there were so many beyond mob spawning, right? But all right, guys. Oh, hey, I learned this new thing on YouTube. So if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe. Bing, there should be a little thing that pops up. I hope that pops up. Uh, really hope that's how that one works. And now the video should come with subtitles. I learned how to do that too. So learning process thing, right? Um, but this is going to be, I guess, a lot shorter of a video because looking at this recording, on top of what I already have recorded, I only have about 7 minutes. So, yeah, it's a short video, guys. Enjoy. So yeah, essentially, well, as I say that, I keep monologuing. Essentially, is Glennach Cairns Nemesis worth running? I would say yes. Just because maybe only with the elevated sextants, but if you use the normal, just because with normal awakened sextants, you only get those 3 maps, and I believe the Nemesis mod is like 1 in 60 to hit. So overall, the elevated do end up being cheaper because these are 4 each, and then even though these are 33 each, you are going to go through a lot more of these than these because I feel like rarer mods are easier to hit. Because I hit it twice in like 50 or 60 sextants because, like I said, I did a previous video on 16, so I've ran a total of 32 maps there. So that's why I say I feel it's really good. In the 32 maps, I've gotten 14 raw X drops, so that should kind of show how good it is, right? I wish that last video didn't turn out terrible. I should have rewatched it before I rendered it and deleted all the clips. But alright, guys, until next time, if you enjoyed the video, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you test it out, see if it goes for you. I think my first half got lucky, my second half were unlucky. So I'd say on average, out of the 16 maps, you'll probably get 6, 7x in drops, right? Alright, guys. Well, good luck, and until next time, take care.